living through the darkness, the pain and the sorrow. No shadow shall I claim, no morning shall I see tomorrow. For the night has just begun, enveloping my eyes. I see the dark in all that I have lost, the pain and the cries. Dark embrace, dark in life, dark in moments, dark in night, dark in dreams, dark in sorrow, dark in all that we are. I am unknown. No. I am unknown. No. So now is the day I dream of my final moment, when I dig my own grave and lay down in torment. Say my final farewell, knowing I'm bound for hell, in the dark embrace.
Knocking for the light, we know what is to come, for the life we give. But what we don't know is the truth that has become the moment we gave in to the way we were accepted when we were born. And we sat down and wrote our destinies with God. And then the goddess came by the side to say, don't you think you want an easy way? You were presented a beautiful choice to rejoice in the life you are given, or deny the path of your soul. So they gave it all to you, with the explicit expression of the greatest love and trust. Let the future begin with you, acknowledging a prayer. And while you can, look only into past, to reflect on who you are meant to be. Every step is a path to what you will see, will become your destiny. And fate will take your hand, and he'll put your will to the test. He'll give you a choice between God and life. I shall give you the reasons to believe or not, but you'll find your purpose on the way. The journey's road will go, but it's important to carve your own path. For there are many milestones left to come, and not so many left to go. Free will allows you to make that choice, to find your path hand in hand with the divine, while recognizing that there's way much more to learn. Through the trial of youth, through the middle of life, to find the real you, you must now give it all to the last remaining.
There is a time where it's time to be you. There is a time where it's time to be brand new. There is a time when we fight for what we must now do.
Unseen whispers in the night, revealing secrets hidden from sight. With ancient wisdom I'll ignite the flames of truth burning so bright. Ethereal cards, they hold the key, unlocking mysteries, setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain. Unseen whispers in the night, revealing secrets hidden from sight. With ancient wisdom I'll ignite the flames of truth burning so bright. Ethereal cards, they hold the key, unlocking mysteries, setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain. Unseen.
Good morning, my beautiful stars. I'm back. Welcome in, everybody. I'd like to say hello and welcome to all my beautiful stars. Welcome back to the Unknown Prophet Tarot Readings. My name is Joshua Adam Bleasy. I am the Unknown Prophet of Twitch. I use my custom-made, homemade deck, the 5-Pass Tarot, starting November 1st from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m., Tuesday through Friday. That's my big announcement, guys. Starting November 1st, we will be starting that new time, okay? So that means I will be on later. Now, to give you a little bit of an update about why I was gone last week, I had a heart attack. I had a heart attack around the 4th. Took the whole week to just recover from that. The heart attack led to a stroke, which did impact my speech center just a little bit. So if you notice me slurring my words just a little bit, that's a little bit of the after effect of the stroke I had. So last week, I was laying in bed. I was trying to watch a TV show, trying to watch something, and I couldn't pick up the remote. I kept picking up the remote, but I couldn't keep hold of it. That was my first key. Something was wrong. Then, when I couldn't do that, I was like, okay, I'll just go down for a smoke. Got up out of bed, and I noticed my balance was way off. I could not balance my right side. I hurried up and traveled back to the bedroom and immediately started hollering for my wife. Now, I was only able to utter Beth 3 times before I could not utter another word that made any sense. So, after that point, it would have sounded like blue, because I was trying to say the word Beth but couldn't say the word. The stroke had gone to my speech center in my brain and blocked off that speech center. They said every stroke is unique. Were so lucky you caught the things they were doing. And to celebrate and to honor my survival, this Friday on Saturday on the 31st, we will be opening the veil for people for charity for the American Heart Association. So we will be doing a charity stream on the 31st. I will be opening the veil. And what does opening the veil mean? That means I will be opening the door to the other side, and I will be allowing spirits to come through to communicate with you. I will be the one who channels those spirits and plays guard dog on that door. That door is a very powerful door that I open. I do not do this lightly. This is an extremely powerful event, guys. So if you're going to come to my Friday event, just be prepared that I don't know who will be coming through that day, but we'll be doing an opening ritual, a closing ritual, and there will be something there for all of us to do. All right, guys, so I'm opening the queue, and everything else is ready to rock and roll. So when you guys want a reading, that's the update. Sorry I was gone last week, but I was recovering from a heart attack, taking it easy the last week, just watching videos, having some fun. Taking some time to just recoup my psychic ability power and recoup myself, my energies. I will not lie. Last week I was tired as hell. I slept the majority of last week away. It was a scary thing for me, guys. A very scary thing for me to go through. I'm not going to lie. The 15 years is true. Yeah, but you know what? Thank you very much, New York. I really appreciate you stopping by and saying thank you for the recovery, because I am lucky. We caught it early. We caught it the earliest we could have caught it. That is what you're supposed to do when you see these signs. If you start seeing someone not being able to be coordinated, they have no balance on one side, you can give them the FAST test. FAST, face. Can they smile? If they can't smile on one side of their face or not, that. ACT. If you start seeing signs of someone having a troubling moment, don't wait for them to say call 911. Just call 911. If you're wrong, you're wrong. But you know what? And the last, I forget all the steps, but here, let me go. Give me a second. FAST. Heart attack steps. It never brings up the things that I want it to do. Want it to. Anyway, let's do this real quick. This goes out for everybody, guys. If you have any of these symptoms, these are the symptoms of a heart attack. What you should do in a heart attack and what you should act fast, So I'm gonna give you the actual. Alright, guys. Thank you for your patience. And it doesn't even copy all the things. We got the majority of it. Anyway, we'll be putting a couple of things there for that. So now that we got that out of the way, that's the update, guys. I really do appreciate all the wonderful, beautiful messages I've received from Cam on the Cob's community, Ranville's community, Lady Cleo's community, and the Turnip Squad community as well. Just want to say thank you to all of those people who were involved in their personal thank yous and messages to me. I really do appreciate that, guys. So, yeah, and you know what? Because the reason I want to do that for that event is because it did affect me. When something affects me, I become a champion of it. You know, I am a suicide survivor, so I've been championing suicide survival for a long ass time. Now I've got something a little bit different to promote too. So I've got the suicide awareness and I've got the heart association awareness as well. Thank you very much for supporting me, New York, because that really does mean a lot to me. Having my fellow tarot readers support me and put me on that and giving me the support that I've needed. You know, one of the things I've been craving my whole life is that appreciation that people see me and want to be in my life. You know, I want to be the popular boy. I want to be the one that people want to come to see, you know. And I know that I don't get a very big lobby all the time, but I do believe that whoever is meant to come to me that day was meant to come to me that day. I don't need it to be a big one. I just need to remind myself that every person I help out there is another person who goes out there and lives the life that hopefully leads them to their best day ever. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm not going to do Dark Week anymore. I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to separate the weeks anymore. We're just going completely full tilt kitty from this point forward. I'm not holding back anything from anyone. I will include the thing you're not supposed to know now if you ask. So sometimes there are things that they tell me that I just don't tell you. And it's like sometimes, you know, people need to know that shit. But only if they ask for it, really. So how have you been in New York? How's life treating you? How's stream treating you? And are you doing well, my friend? Because I haven't talked to you in a bit. And I hope that your stream is going well and that your readings are going well and that, you know, things are up for you, because I can feel your energy being a little bit more raised, you know, and stuff like that. And sometimes that's all you need to hear is I feel like, you know, you're returning back to a more, you're owning your power and returning back to that powerful New York moment where it's like, I am New York, and, you know, and, you know, if you are a magical person, you understand what I mean by that. You know, I know he understands. You know, you take your power back and all of a sudden things start working out the way you want them to. So it's amazing what happens when you put your will and intent behind something and then actually do something about the thing you want the most. Couldn't be something too easy now, could it? So, you know, I'm sitting here going to, you know, last week wasn't an easy week either, because I'm used to coming here and babbling for 3.5 hours, sometimes maybe 2 hours, something, whatever. And the reason I'm moving my hours up is because I've noticed that a lot of people just don't show up before 10 o'clock. And I don't want to sit here for an extra hour and babble to the one person, even though I'm very appreciative of that one person. You know, and then, you know, sitting here telling my life story or whatever else that comes to my mind and stuff like that, updating you on my heart attack. And I was, like I said, very, very lucky that we acted very fast, because that's the only reason I'm sitting here talking like this right now, is because we acted so fast. It literally took me 3 days to get out of that hospital. They say, you are the classic example of what goes right with a stroke if it happens. You're the classic what goes right. For once, I was on the good side of the thing that normally doesn't happen, the one in a billion chance of things happening. It always seems to happen to me. I'm the one who gets the 1 in a billion thing. I didn't get COVID because everybody else was getting it. So I never got COVID. It's amazing. But then you get things like that people like the rarest of rare things that can happen to me for whatever reasons, you know. I know it's just to help me grow and change and stuff like that, but still, it's a crazy ride sometimes. This is a crazy ride, living this life, way crazy. And I've been through some shit, but boy, this stuff that I'm going through now, this is fucking super fantastically crazy. The stuff that they're teaching me now, and I'm getting it. I'm getting it because they're teaching me something that I have never learned before. I didn't see a light because I never got to that point. We've acted so fast that I didn't get to the point where I would die, you know. But I felt it coming for me, and I knew that my death guy, was sitting there ready to put the shoulder on his cold ass a hand on my shoulder, because I have a guide called Pathos. He's the guide of death. He's the one who helps me talk to spirits and stuff like that. He's the one who helps me communicate to the other side of things, right? And whenever someone's gonna die in my life, he has this cold, clawy hand that he puts on my shoulder, and it feels like a cold as ice hand just gripping your shoulder. It's the weirdest experience I will ever tell you I've ever felt. It's the only physical thing I've ever felt. Is when that happens, I know someone's gonna die that I love very much. It's usually someone very close to me that I love. Usually that's when he does that. He usually does it within the hours or at least a day before they are, ready to pass on, And I think that's the scary part, because I'm getting messages. When my mom was gonna die and I was in that hospital, I felt that cold ass hand on my shoulder, and I was trying to get out of that hospital to go see my mom before she passed away. They wouldn't let me out because I was on a 72-hour hold, which was smart for them to do. I'm not complaining. Well, I complained, but the world changed for me that day. And all the things that happened that day, though, if they didn't happen exactly the way they did, I'm not sitting here right now with the life that I'm accepting all this beautiful stuff that has happened to me. So I'm accepting it and being happy for myself for once, I will be stop. This is green, but I will be stopping cigarette smoking come November 1st. So I'm going to need your help to remind me if you start seeing me smoking. It's cannabis, but, cannabis will be the only thing that I smoke anymore. And and I'm going to be cutting and reducing that as well, because I need to reduce my tobacco. The tobacco smoke is worse for me than the cannabis smoke. My doctor actually said, you can keep smoking the cannabis, just stop smoking the fucking tobacco product. It has way more additives in it than the cannabis does. But and me and my wife are doing this together, so it's not like I'm doing this alone. Me and my wife are gonna do this together. I'm just not gonna do this by myself. So it's not like we don't have each other's cheerleader moment, if we need it. So up until the 31st, so I've got 10 days to go before I'm not going to go out to try to find cigarette butts anymore. I'm not going to try to borrow cigarettes from anybody anymore. I'm not even going to buy cigarette stuff that I would normally buy, because I am done with this shit. I'm not going to, I am going to be here for you guys and be here for this life that I have gotten now. I want my 15 years of happy. I want my 15 years of peace. I'm owed that. And I want that to be the end of my days, that I can simply just be at peace and happy the remainder of my life. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not. I got this. You're right. I do got this. I'm a champion of will and intent. If I put my mind to something, I will do it. So you're absolutely right. I do got this shit. But everyone's helping. My guys are helping. The gods are helping. I've got an ad starting in 2 minutes and 57 seconds. So if you get the ads, I'm sorry. But I'm trying to pay bills too. All the up until Friday, I don't have any money until the 3rd of this month. I am broke as fuck right now. I want to go buy another thing of cigarette stuff so I can at least have cigarettes up until the last of the day. But we're out of money right now, so I can't even go buy it. That's okay, because maybe that's a good thing, not a bad thing. So, but the important thing is that I'm going to try. I know I'm going to have a moment where I probably do go out and try to find something to smoke. I know I'm going to have that moment. But when that does come, I'm going to remind myself that if I choose to do that, I'm just making it harder on myself. So I have to convince myself that it's not worth going out there. Even though it does kind of give me some exercise to get going out there and getting cigarette butts, But people in my neighborhood will sometimes borrow me cigarettes, and I'll do things for them that are nice. I'm really friendly with most of my neighbors, and just want to get to know people around here. So I got a really good friend named Dan who's in the court. He's a little bit of a social, he's not a social butterfly by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, he's kind of, no, he has a problem with big crowds and stuff like that. He's working on it though. And I help a lot of people offline too, But I've got my own stuff I'm working on as well. Like I said, this last week was big, and 45 seconds before the ad starts, guys. So if you got an ad coming in 40 seconds starting now, and that it's a hard thing to come to terms with when I didn't even know that. And maybe I'll wait till after the ad. I'm going to wait till after the ad to tell you on this other thing here. I forgot to tell you. So until the ad stops, hi guys, my name is Joshua Adam Bleasy. I am the unknown prophet of Twitch. I am now going to be doing my readings from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, Tuesday through Friday, starting November 1st, guys. So don't forget that as well. Anyway, it looks like we are back, I think, from ads. I don't know. It never tells me. We're back from ads. Yep, we're back. Okay. It's like, I gotta have a fucking ad manager too. I swear to God. Alright guys. Just want to make sure, that I try to keep my ads to the minimum and stuff like that as much as possible. Because I know I don't like ads as much as people, but I'm not really trying to earn a great living at this, but I am trying to earn a small bit of money every now and again, to fill in the gaps when I have my weeks when they're like this, where I don't have money to go do anything. So there. My ad will stop in 50 seconds. we're back, I think, from the ads now. Anyway, so what I wanted to tell you is when I had my stroke, heart attack, they informed me that I had a previous heart attack as well that I had no idea I had. So I had a silent heart attack that I didn't even know I had somewhere between 4 to 5 years ago. That would meet exactly the time I became unknown. So if I am right, the moment I decided to change my whole life, I actually did have a heart attack in that moment and almost die. That's kind of a magical message for me that it could have happened like that. Something around there could have happened like that. And yeah, it did happen. And finding that out now kind of ties that back into me going, oh shit, that was a wake up call, but I didn't pay attention. They've probably been trying to tell me for a while this has been coming, but I'm just not listening to that part of it. I've got to do a better job of listening to them when they're telling me shit about my own body. But, so that was the other part of what happened to me in that hospital. And as much as I try to turn this stuff on, hey, Jess Esoteric in the chat, my very first mod here in live in person. How you doing, my brother? Miss you, man. I miss you, man. I hope you're doing well. I hope you and your father business is doing awesome. I hope you're doing awesome more than anything. Good? All right, pretty all right. Well, I'll take a pretty all right. And it's kind of like one of those things. So I'm doing good though, Jessa. I'm recovering well from the heart attack. I'm doing good. Oh, recovering. It's been a trip trying to get back from that. Last week I had to take that whole week off just to sleep in and recover from that. So, other than that, I am doing pretty good. So, life is actually doing better now because I can feel my energy has come back now. But I really did need that week to just, not be connected. They actually turned me off for an entire week. And it was kind of nice because I kind of got a really decent psychic break, except for very important messages. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I'm giving myself some time. You'll notice that now it's going to start to say something different with my hours and stuff like that soon. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of an adjustment come November 1st, taking down a day off of my schedule and doing my hours in a different time frame as well. I'm going to go from 10 to 1 instead of 9 to 12. Just upping it an hour because I've noticed a lot more people come in later in the time than that. And I want to get as many people as I can. And if you notice me slurring, that's because of the stroke, guys. But I'll be okay. I've got like 10 days before payday, and I don't like that, but it's how it is. And we'll go from there. But, life has been treating me well, honestly. This last week, I've recouped the energy. I've been rebuilding my psychic well, as I like to call it. I've been trying to communicate with my own self and my own body, paying attention to it a little bit better, getting used to this device. They implanted a small device in me too to keep track of my heart as well. It doesn't warn someone that I'm going to have a heart attack. It's not like a life alert, but it does keep track of it so that they can see how my heart's acting. So I've got some backup plans to help me keep track. I'm hooking up with my doctor about my kidneys. I'm hooking up with my doctor about my heart. I am hooking up with my primary doctor about all the other issues I have. It's a fucking goddamn war. Getting old is not for wussies, guys. If you are a person who's young, enjoy it while it lasts. Getting old is not for pussies. So, I mean, I was gone for a week. I thought some people would be like, here today. You know? But that's okay. Well, like I said, the people who are here are meant to be here. We're going to have the best day ever. That's damn straight. Here today will be my best day ever because I'm here and alive. So, it's, times like this where you really do learn what to appreciate, Having close calls like that, make you stop and wonder. Yeah, Tuesdays are usually quiet. Wasn't it Monday? Today's on Monday. Today's Monday. Mondays are quiet too, so. But it's Tuesday where you are, so. Like I said, I'm not worried about it. They'll come in when they come in. You know? It's always been that way. And TwitchCon just ended. People are getting back from that. Well, Tuesday morning. Well, different. Yeah, Tuesday morning, whatever. But Mondays are as well. Yeah, I know that they're slow Mondays and Tuesdays. That's why next coming on the first, starting that next week, we won't be doing a Monday stream. We'll just be doing a Tuesday through Friday stream. Because I need another day off and it's slow that day anyway. It's slow, usually slow on today, and I know that it's always, I have to come up with something to talk about for a while, so I had my heart stuff to talk about, at least, for a while, and now I'm taking, like I said, I'm being more attentive to my body and my age, so I'm, just moving everything around a little bit, so thank you guys for all of your understanding, Like I said, the reason I do this every day is not because I need to. It's because this is something I feel called to do. I don't have to come here every day and do this. I'm not trying to earn a living to do this, I'm just trying to make a difference in the world. My small little difference I can make in people's lives, So if I can do that, if I can affect just one person a day, then that's all I need to worry about is that one person I can do good help that day. That's my goal. That's my mission, Is because I spent most of my life trying to be a man of service, but I never really got it right until later in my life. I always wanted to be something like this. I should have been a priest. That's what I should have been in my life. I should have been a priest, but I couldn't. For my own reasons, I couldn't get behind the common faith of the land, and I didn't know about Wicca until it was later in my life. And then there isn't like a program to become a Wiccan priest. Like I said, you can go to the Church of Wicca, you can get certified as a Wiccan minister. I'm a Wiccan minister through the Universal Church Ministry Church, Universal Life Ministry Church. It cost me like $50 to join the stupid church and get ordained. So, I'm technically an ordained minister, but that's about it. I'm just technically ordained, not, all that stuff. So, but, I spent the majority of my life searching inward and looking for the answers for myself and trying to find out who I was. And a lot of that introspective time from the age of 25 to the age of about 45 was probably my most deepest work that I have ever done on myself. It's when I became a more magical person. It's when I became a more person who was listening to his intuitions more and listening to what was going on within himself. So that's kind of what I really, really needed to understand and understand better about myself. So, I went through this transformative period of my life. When I came out of that transformative period, I started to apply those lessons to my life. There's no one in line, Big Maple. You can be the first one in line by pressing exclamation point join right now. Be the first time person in my chat for a reading for today. So, yeah, no list right now. So, I'm just babbling because that's what I can do. So if you are interested in reading, press exclamation point join. I'll get to you first and foremost. Good. Well, it's good to see you too, Big Maple. Just like I said, we were talking about my recovery from my heart attack. I was kind of giving a little bit of a 411 about, kind of my magical journey. When I was a young boy, from the age of what I can remember, from the age of 8 to the age of 18 was, me becoming a man and me learning about what it means to grow up and what it means to live through the depressive moments of my life, the most depressive, where people were bullies to me, where I had, I didn't have confidence. When I went into high school, I said, enough of this shit. If I'm going to be weird and they're all going to think I'm weird, I'm going to show them how weird I can be. And I put my style out there for the world to see and didn't give a flying fuck what other people thought. I didn't have very many friends, but what the friends that I did have were the best, most tight-knit friends I had, at least during high school. We didn't really stay in touch for after that. And then after 18 to that 25 point was when I was trying to find my own answers for who I was as a person. It was the most introspective time of my life. Yeah, I embraced the weird, damn straight. And then at that point, that's when I was kind of asking the questions of, who do I want to be? What is my mission here? What is my destiny? Is it ever going to come true? This was before I met Beth and all of this stuff that happened in my life. It was the hope and holding on to a dream and trying to manifest it into reality and stuff like that. And when the moment finally came, the moment finally happened, I didn't know it in the moment. I knew it after the moment had happened. And the moment I met Beth, I knew something would change. My life would change forever. I didn't know how much it would change my life, but I knew it would change my life forever. And then the destiny came together, and everything that the destiny had foretold would come true finally came true. And now I'm at the last bit of the destiny, and all I've been promised is happiness and peace. That's all they've told me about the end of my journey. That's all I get to know about the end of my journey. My own journey, at least. I have an idea of when I die, but it's only a roundabout time, of when I die. Around the age of 74, I'm going to die somewhere around the age of 74. So you got me till I'm 74. Maybe longer if I can take better care of my body, but those are things that I'm going to strive to do better on. But hey, something happens, something happens. Like I said, it's my destiny to go at 74. Nothing in this universe can stop that. So, and it's like I said. But, and then, like I said, from the age of 35 to, 35 to, no, it would have been it would have been like 30 to 45. That's when I learned about becoming the unknown prophet. That's when I learned about the most magical person I could be. At the time, I started out calling myself Unison, trying to bring my two different sides of myself together, which I accomplished in my life. And I'm glad to say that that was a major goal of mine, to bring myself to a point where I could accept all sides of myself. And then after that, I learned about how to be an intuitive, magical person with a wonderful group called the Standing Stones. They taught me about family, commitment. They taught me all of the important lessons I try to impart to you. I can't tell you everything because that's just part of their tradition and stuff like that. And I'm not going to be the one who dishonors that, So that's what I try to do. And then from 45 to now, it has been the moment where I've been doing the actual work I've been meant to be doing. This last 6 years that I've been doing, I'll tell you, that's been the real work of my life. The real work of my life of actually understanding what I was here to do the whole time and stuff like that. So, so, and going through all of those things made me the man I am. You know, I sometimes I wish I'd understood that at the time, but I wasn't meant to understand that till later in life. That's why when they say with age comes wisdom, they're not lying, because you do understand it. Because if you can look back at your life and really see that all that happened to you made you a better person. I wouldn't be able to do the kind of readings I did if I didn't go through all the shit I've been through in my life. The reason I can give the kind of advice I can is because, God damn it, I've been through the shit. I've been through the shit. So I can talk about getting through the shit. I can talk to you about love loss. I can talk to you about depression. I can talk to you about anxiety. I can talk to you about running away. I can talk to you about following a stupid dream. I can talk to you about belief. I can talk to you about untapped wisdom you're not supposed to have. I can talk to you about lifelines. I can talk to you about alternate dimensions. I can talk to you about the multiverse of it all. You have no idea how much it ties together. I can tell you about your destiny, my destiny, the past life, your future life, but some of that changes on a very rapid basis. The second I tell you something, your future changes. It doesn't matter what I've told you at that moment. At that moment, that is true. But the second the reading is over, it's all on you and your free will to decide what to believe and not to believe. That's why free will is a beautiful thing here. And people who say we don't have free will obviously just don't believe that there's anything more powerful than themselves. And if they don't have the free will they're doing, if we're all just robots doing what God intends us to do, thank you, God, for making me do this then. If this is my robot life, then beep, beep, boop, boop. So, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, guys, because I'm not perfect. I've made so many mistakes in my life, and that's the reason I have the wise stuff that I would normally have. No. Coffee. Nectar of the gods. Anyway, you know what, guys? It's important that Sorry, I had a brain fart moment, but I'm watching marbles on stream as well. So, because when I get slow, I have to have something to do while I'm waiting for people to come in here to get a reading. So I play marbles on stream until someone comes on, but I don't keep the volume up or anything like that because I hope I give good advice. I hope I give you guys good perspective. that's all I can ever ask for. I try to give you a perspective of you have a choice, you have a destiny you can carve yourself, that you are loved by more things than you can ever imagine in this world, and the person who has the power to change it is you. That's the creed of my life, to tell that to people. To empower people to live their best lives ever, to give them permission to stop with the bullshit they keep doing them to themselves, and to give them permission to leave it behind. That's all someone needs. The permission to leave it all behind, the permission to say, I don't have to do this to myself anymore. Sometimes that's what we need to hear. Sometimes people need that tough love. Some people need that push to the light. I am a man pushing towards the dark because I am strong enough to withstand the dark. The reason I'm going deeper and deeper and deeper into the unknown is because not only is that the last lesson I have left to learn here in this world, but if I'm truly going to become my namesake, then eventually I will become unknown by the world, by everyone. There will come a moment where no one will know who Joshua Adam Bleasy is. No one will be able to speak that name anymore because they won't know. No one will know what that name means, Unless they find a piece of art somewhere. Okay, then. It's not like I'm going to be the Van Gogh of the world where I'm going to have a museum, full of my, artwork anywhere, anytime soon, I have no delusions of grandeur on that, So, let's see if I can shuffle a person for a reading here. Sometimes if I start shuffling, someone will show up who needs it. So someone must be coming in for a reading soon, because I'm starting to shuffle. That's what this channel is for. Is to do readings for people. That's why, that's why the hours are going to be going up a little bit. Because like I said, that first hour, well, okay, I'm waiting. You know your numbers, you know your question. I'm waiting for you then. See, I don't go anywhere. I'm just right here. I check on my marble game. I've entered my marble now. I have to wait to see if it wins. That's all I do. I press. Okay. I can try to help answer that question. What are your numbers there, Big Maple? 1 through 10 is your shuffle amount? Yeah. And 1 through 52. Yeah. Pick your numbers. All right. You saw me doing a cleansing shuffle. I'm going to continue with the cleansing shuffle real quick here. Just until they tell me it's the right spot for you. We're going to have an ad starting in 2 minutes. Do you want me to wait until after the ad to do the reading there in Big Maple? Or are you ad free? I don't know if you have turbo or something like that. Okay, then we're going to wait till after the ad here. I'm just going to continue to get these cards in the right spot here. But, yeah, because it says it's going to start in 2 minutes and 26 seconds. So, while we wait for the ad to finish here, finish my little story, I guess, So, we're waiting for the ad to finish here. But, Big Maple, we're going to answer that question, though. And that's one of the things that we all try to answer. Sometimes we just need that extra little bit of the understanding. And even me, I'm trying to understand something different that I haven't understood before. Well, I didn't become a winner of anything here. I did not win the marble map. I dieted. So, you guys want to see who I'm playing with right now? In fact, let's just shout the van out. Why not? We got some shout outs to do. Come on. There we go. We got some shout outs for everybody there. Hey, all right, all right. I have not been to know if Big Maple streams here or not. Yeah, it looks like they do. So a shout out to Big Maple playing Shogun Showdown. A big shout out to Jessica Tarek. She's a mod of mine and sometimes helps with people's chats. She's awesome. Then we've got New York Yent. He's an awesome tarot reader and gaming streamer. So if you guys are interested in any of those streams, please go check them out. As we finish, we got about 1 minute and 22 seconds before the ad even starts, or before the ad break ends. Ad break ends in 1 minute and 13 seconds. I'm going to answer someone real quick. I'm doing very well. I'm recovering from everything and getting back on track. I'm almost back to 100%. Have about a 95% recovery. I'm still working on a little bit of my slurry, speechy, but it only happens once in a while. Other than that, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. All right. We got 23 seconds before the ad either stops or starts or whatever. Ad break ends in 10, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and we're back! All right, New York, are you back from ads? Please tell me you are back. Big Maple, let me know you're back. Anybody else in chat, just let me know we're back. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the shout-outs, too, as well. Thank you very much for all those people who stopped by today. All right, Big Maple, are you still there in chat and ready for your reading there? We've got a 9 and a 27 and a question. Okay, you're back. We're good. All right. And I'm just re-putting back in everything so I don't have to keep going back up. So here are your 9 official shuffles now, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, God card, 8, 9, and 10. All right, and you have a 1 God card for you today. All right, and then the 27th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th card. 27th card is now on top. But this Sunday, I noticed my communing spirits feeling a lot more distant than usual, and I'm not entirely sure of the reason. Either due to astrological timing or something else, and we want to know what this is, right? So, what is happening right now that they need you to know? Oh, okay. All right, you ready? All right. So, the big reason that this has all been happening, right, is because they're trying to give you a different view of the world. They're trying to change your view just a little bit. They're trying to course correct, or they're trying to help you achieve that goal that you've been trying to reach. What they're doing is they're opening up your world and making you look at it in a brilliantly beautiful new way. Like with the eyes of a child, your life for the first time, seeing it as it truly, truly is. And seeing it for what it really is. And that's why some of this communication hasn't been happening the way you want it to. Because the person that they need to communicate with is self. And they needed to turn themselves off so you would communicate more with self. So that you could start to build the right kind of wall. Right kind of spiritual walls or spiritual protections. We sometimes count on our spirit guides too much. And it's up to us to remind ourselves that our own personal powerful shields or personal powerful energies have to be cleansed and cleared from time to time, have to be honored from time to time, have to be shut off from time to time. So now is the time to build those healthier walls that keep out the times you don't want in your life, but keep in the things you do want in your life. So it's building those things that will help you, grow you, and make you stronger as a person, and also keeping out the things that you don't want in your life as well. They're trying to drive you to your ultimate goal, which is finding some joy and happiness in that future that you want. So they're trying to show you by this reflective moment, by you doing this, seeing the world in a new, different way, building new, healthier walls, and enjoying that your life is going the way they want you to go. Yeah. But you are stronger than that. You know what I'm saying? Doing that in your in astral form makes complete sense. Okay, now let me get to the destiny card, okay? And this is important because maybe it's time to understand that we maybe sometimes swim around the issue or don't deal with the issue sometimes. And now it's time to swim through those issues because you are a big badass whale who's got enough girth and speed to get through anything in their world. You don't have to be so stubborn and swimming around the issues anymore. You can swim through the issues to gain enough speed to come up for that new fresh breath of air which you need, that revitalization of life back in you again. So we're getting you close to death or that death-like moment so that you can take that deep breath in and go, let me feel the joy of life again. Let me find my happiness. So they're trying to help you find that happy, that moment of saying, my life is happy. I'm happy with that all. And that's what the whale's joy is all about finding that happiness and jumping for joy that that one moment you got to breathe fresh new air was the best moment of your life. And that's kind of what you're doing now, is gathering up that speed to get that fresh breath of air so that when you go back down into the ocean this time, you not only have more power, you have all the will and intent to change it. And that's why your guides are being a little bit quiet right now, because they need you to do some work on self. So they're gonna come back. They're not going anywhere. They're just giving you a break so you can do that. Let's see what the God card has to tell you. Okay. So they're trying to get you to understand that there are healthy kind of walls, and then there are walls that are hurting you. So they're trying to get you to understand the difference in the walls you put up. What they're trying to tell you is that sometimes when you put up a wall, it's to keep stuff out. That's a good thing, but it can also hurt you at the same time, because it keeps you locked in and feeling that way. So you, instead of putting up a negative wall, let's put a positive wall up of, so instead of saying, I block myself from going through this feeling, I'm going to embrace the feeling, and I'm going to live this feeling and breath of fresh air through this feeling. I am going to break down the walls that I do not need, that are keeping me from the happiness I so desperately want. So there are walls that you have to take down that you've been having for a long, long time, but now you have to bring those walls down so that you can start to grow again. You know? And that's kind of what they have to tell you. Any more questions? Yeah, it's okay. You know what? That's why I take my time with everybody. Sometimes it's an internet issue. Sometimes it's a lag issue. Sometimes it's just, someone needs a quiet, reflective moment to think about what was said. I don't care which way it is. You know, I'm glad that when you can express what you're feeling, that's great. But that's basically what they were trying to tell you. Yeah, you're working on putting up different kinds of walls, and it's a big move for you, because recognizing what wall you have put up and smashing that wall, really smashing it so it doesn't affect you anymore, you will feel 10 times, 20 times lighter than you do right now when you finally smash that wall that has kept you locked away for so long. And I think you're about ready to grab the sledgehammer and smash it. I know, I'm just giving you the extra stuff that I get up here, The guys are talking. When the guys talk, I babble. And, some of this stuff is the stuff you don't need to know. So now when I do a reading, if you guys want to know something you're not supposed to know, Banished Legion, welcome in. If there's something you think that they're holding back from you, if there's something I feel like you need to know, even though they tell me not to tell you, I will tell you this time. Now, so God cards are automatic, of course, now. Newcomer rule still stands. So now I'm doing better. All right, Banished. Let me do a cleansing shuffle for you. Give me your numbers and your question. I'm going to get these cleansed and washed for you. Cleared off. Deepest wells of the deepest wells. Whatever you need to know, I'm here to help you today. I'm doing okay. I'm recovering well from last week. It hasn't been easy, but it's been something. Yeah, I agree with you, Big Maple. I'm glad you got what you needed. Oh, I had a heart attack and I had a stroke. That's what you missed. That happened last week. No, it was actually the week before the last week because last week I took the entire week off because yeah, I needed to recover. So yeah, it was a big ass moment for me. It happened on the weekend of the 5th and the 6th and the 7th. I came home about the 8th. I'm doing actually, as you can see, we got it early. The second my wife understood what was going on, she was on the phone dialing 911. We understood what was going on. They got the blood clot medicine in me that breaks up all the major clots that went through it. It broke up the clot that was causing the stroke and the heart attack. I returned back to normal within hours. They kept me in the hospital for a day for observation just to make sure everything was going to be okay. Then they released me and I went home. So, I got the best result I could have gotten, actually. Okay. Thank you though. I appreciate it. Let's get to doing your reading though. 7 and 11. Any outlook on the rest of this year? Holidays are going to be good. Let's find out for you. You saw me do a cleansing shuffle, but I'm going to do a 1, 2, 3 more just because I want to. Here are your 7 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4. God card. 5, 6. God card. And 7. Okay, 2 God cards for you today. They're banished. And the 11th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay. Banished Legion. And you want to know about the outlook for the rest of this year. And are the holidays going to be good? Well, Banished, here's what I've got to tell you. What is going to be going on for you during these times for the rest of this year is going to be bringing yourself a lot of different kinds of change. But not just any kind of change, Banished, the kind that actually starts to heal some of those wounds within the family, within yourself, within your life. We are finally going to patch these holes up so we can move forward and start to lift these things off of our shoulders and put them where they belong into that dirt where they can now be at rest. So, part of what you're doing right now is you're choosing the right kind of seeds to plant in your future garden and that change that you want to have happen in your life. So the physical, mental, and spiritual stuff that you're starting to write down in the history books of Banished Legion, now is the time to take care of those seeds because they are starting to come up out of the ground, collecting the right kind of sunlight. Yes, the positivity you want to shine on them, that feels it. The emotional freedom to release all the stuff that you haven't been letting go of. Let it be free so it can feed those seeds. Allow your speech and your thoughts to be lifted from you as you speak out loud to those seeds to blow across them and blow away all that which has been causing them the harm. And as you remind yourself, you are still firmly planted in the ground that has kept you safe and secure. Now is that time to grow again in the best possible ways we can, physically, mentally, and spiritual, by feeding what we actually need in our lives rather than what we want in our lives. Now, I know it seems like you've been trying to feed yourself for a while, but honestly, you've been grabbing the cakes and the candies and the quick fixers for a long time because it's just that much easier to do. It's time to buckle down and actually feed yourself the meal you need to heal yourself. No longer are the sugar cookies gonna cut it. It's time to take back your life by allowing yourself the realization that you have a buffet of beautiful, fun, wonderful choices in front of you. All you got to do is go out there and taste them. What is this all leading to you? And what is the rest of your year going to look like? It's going to be a place of returning back to that home feeling inside of yourself. You know, that feeling where you come home for the holidays and it's everything you hoped it would be. It's just like that. It's just like the rest of your year is just like coming home for the holidays. Yeah, there might be an argument or two because that's just how families are sometimes, but most of it is mostly in loving jest, and most of it is in will be recovered and dealt with before the end of the day. So even if there is an argument, it'll be dealt with, it'll be recovered, it'll be rejoined. It's a return back to that home feeling inside of yourself, banished by the end of this year. Is that's what you're going to gain, is that feeling of finally feeling like you can go out into the wilderness and that you have finally built a home that will last you a long time, that you will finally be free of all restrictions, but you still have a safe place to come back to if you need it, you know? So that's what's going to be kind of coming for you. I do see there being a little bit of a family squabble nearing Christmas a little bit, but I really think that it's kind of like a needs to happen kind of a thing, needs to be talked about kind of a thing, bent up emotions that have been held back for too long kind of a deal. It's going to be entertaining for you because you don't have anything to do with it. You just get to sit back and watch this shit show happen. But if you want to be the one who says, hey, look, guys, you know, you're both wrong. You're both wrong. Go sit down and have yourself another drink, would you? You know, but here are your God cards there, banished. Yeah. And your God cards are absolutely right, banished. It's time to let go of the guilt of it all. It doesn't matter what you think you've done. You've been absolved of that guilt. Don't carry that guilt into your future by seeing something happening to you because of what you've done in the past. It's time to not feel guilty about your future and to let go of that guilt that you hang on to so preciously that is now hurting you. It's time to communicate the real things that you need in your life. So we want to listen, but you have to start to open up your mouth and tell us and communicate like a vine communicates through all the other parts of itself, so we can understand you better. So just take some time to learn how to communicate more effectively within yourself by active listening, active talking, and active thinking. There you go. To all of you. Yeah, and I do believe that you're being a little hard. Yeah, I agree with you that I think you're being a little hard on yourself right now, but it's meant to be this way for a reason, banished. The reason to going through this and questioning this, that you're doing all of this questioning it. That's what this is for. That is the lesson. That is what they're trying to teach you. Listen, learn, and apply. That's what we have to do when the gods are trying to tell us something that we have to bump us over the head with a couple of times. So if you notice that they've been coming up with the same kind of situations in your life, they're going to throw you a 2x4 soon, and you don't want the 2x4. You want to duck right now before the 2x4 gets to you so that you don't incur the big ass uh-oh moment. Okay, I'm just giving you this fair warning to not be so hard on yourself, because if you're hard on yourself, you're going to give yourself one hell of a 2x4. And I don't want to see anyone have to go through that if they don't have to. And something, yeah, and I know, but that's the point. You're working on it, you know, and that's the whole point, Banished. So that's why it's so important. And no one's, they're not asking you to have it done today. You know, fucking Christ, really? You're welcome, Banished. I'm glad that you're working on it for yourself, for your own peace of mind, to feel at home finally. I can't wait for that moment for you, buddy. I really can't, because it's going to be a really big transformative moment when it happens. And you're almost there. You're almost there. Just give yourself a little bit more time, and when you have your aha moment, come back and talk to me. Okay? And then we'll have something to talk about. Oh, I'm working on a lot of things too. I'm working on alchemizing my life, turning my power and turning my everyday items like my coffee I'm drinking. It empowers me to have the energy I need to be the kind of person I need to be. Yeah, it's a real quiet day today, that's for sure. But sometimes I get quiet like this, and then other days it's like I open the queue and it's like I keep going the whole time. It's a mixed bag, you know. And I've been gone a week too, guys. Maybe people think, oh, there's, you know, there could be some people out there who are not quite sure I was coming back or not. You know, I'll let, if that ever moment ever comes, trust me, I will make sure you guys know. If I ever want to hang this hat up of mine and not do this anymore, I will let you know when that moment comes. I'm nowhere near that moment. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I wish I had money right now. I could get some pizza. Oh, if I only had $60. It's okay. So anyway, more story time, I guess. So, what would you guys like to know? You guys want to know something more about the mystical side of things? We're gonna have an ad starts. Incoming ad break. Incoming ad. Incoming ad. I snoozed it for 5 minutes. I don't know who that is. Who is Nautis? If you want to shout him out. Banished, I don't know who that is, but if you want to shout them out, give them an SO so we can all follow that person. You know, I allow shout outs here by you guys. I'm not like another streamer who's going to be so bent up on my ego that I can't let you guys do stuff here. I hate people with ego trippy stuff. I try not to have an ego trip about this shit. It's easy to get an ego when you think you know everything, you know? And sometimes they've put more information in here than I could ever possibly tell anybody about. I don't have the words to some of the things I've seen. Some of the darkest parts of humanity, you have no idea how dark it gets in some realities. No idea. And the thing is, it's a good thing there. It's not a bad thing there. People hope and pray that this happens to them there. It's a really twisted world, I'll tell you that. And if you tell me who that is, then I will happily give you the shout out for them. So don't be afraid to shout out your favorite streamer or shout out someone you think is a good stream to go follow. Usually I go check it out. If I like it, I follow it. I was going to start telling a story too. Well, I was asking what you guys wanted to know, so. Got half an hour or more, and then I'm going to give it Splitsville today. I'm going to give it another half an hour. Anyway. So one of the stories I can tell you is there was a I can tell you about this because it wasn't involved with the Standing Stones. There was a place in Wisconsin called the Sacred Fire Circle. A really good couple named Nels and Judy, I'll keep their last names out of it, who are very spiritual people in this pagan community I'm a part of, who throw a fire festival every year around July. I went to one of these festivals once when I was a little bit of a younger man, and I'll tell you this much. It was one of the most transformative rituals I've ever been with. They actually built a wooden green man, a stick-figured green man that was about 10 feet tall with arms and legs and everything, and we danced around it and we burned the green man away, which in our faith is like Christ being reborn. The green man burning away is the green man being reborn because fire transforms in our faith. And the dancing around it with the drums and the people, the celebration of it all, you know? And there were moments of reflection where you got so hot, you got so fucking outrageously warm, right? That you had to go cool off, and just off the side, not even 5 to 6 steps away, well, maybe more than that, maybe about 10 steps away, was a wonderful cold ass river that you could just drown yourself in if you wanted. I mean, it was literally deep enough for me to go down in there and enjoy a nice soak, but you didn't go there to kick your bucket. You went there to cool off. And as you were entering those waters and you washed away all of this crap that you've been hanging on to, the deepest, most sorrowful cry I've ever had in my life of letting shit go just came out. And, you know, and then as I was getting out and grabbing the earth with my hands and feeling the earth in my hands again, I felt renewed. I felt awakened. I felt alive. Being transformed through the fire and the wind, being cooled by the water, and being grounded by Mother Earth herself. Tell ya. And then they had others. They didn't just have, fire, dancing fire. They had people who were being psychics, who were giving people readings, people who were giving shamanic healing or giving them Reiki healing. People were doing service acts of true service there for the enjoyment of others. They went there to be a person of pure service. Do you understand the kind of love you have to have for community that you're going to sit there for 3 days doing nonstop Reiki healings for anybody who wants it at any time that you're available for it, right? And they're gonna come and they're gonna scrape the hell out of your energy and make you heal and make you feel better. Holy hell, God, is that a service, a point of service I cannot even begin to understand. So I'll be right back. I'm back. Let's see. This should have sugar in it already, so taste it before you sugar it on up. Sugar.
What?
Already has sugar in it. Alright guys, welcome back. Thank you for your patience today. I had another one. Okay. Back. This is what I get to smoke today. Well, 1 month, a couple more days to go. It's not like I have an assignment from the goddess, that's for sure. Thank God I didn't have that. Yeah, I wish we had green, but my wife smoked the last of it. And the green man won't come out again until after the 3rd. And I wouldn't ask him to anyway. He's really a good man. Oh, well, give me some. Okay, I'll lose it. I was going to lose the tobacco here. Well, the wife has blessed me with a puff. Here we go. So I got a puff. Yeah, last week I was recovering from a heart attack. The week before that, I had that stroke that led to a heart attack. I recovered very, very well because we acted extremely fast. My wife and I knew the signs, and because we acted so fast is the reason I'm sitting here with just a slight little slur. You can tell, right? There's a little bit of a slower speech. I can tell a little bit myself. So, you know, it is what it is, you know. And I don't mind it. Yeah, it's just a tiny bit of a slur. It's not like a big thingy, but it is just a small little slur. I can tell the difference myself, so. That's not going to work. This one should work. I know, what am I doing? I'm making a filter for my cigarette. Because I don't want it to be a big one, I just need it to be a small one. But I want that methyl-y, tasty, flavory thing you get in a cigarette. So I put a little bit of a filter there. Get my chillum out there.
That's cheating.
It's just cheating, but I'm cheating anyway. Haha. Anyway, back to the profit show, or what do you want to call it? Back to readings, guys. Anyway, here comes my tobacco smoke for a bit, and then I'll get to you in just a second, Maple. So choose your numbers and your question, and we'll get to you in just a second here. I'll start shuffling. I can always smoke that later. And what do you want to know today, Big Maple? Okay, I got you. You want to know if you're supposed to focus on the previous one or you're supposed to focus on the new? That's a great question to ask, Big Maple. I'm going to get you that answer. Let me finish shuffling for you here. They like it here. Here are your 10 official shuffles. 1. That's too many cards. 3, 2. Let me start. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was going to be surprised if you didn't get God cards. You got a physical, mental, and spiritual message. All right. And the 7th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th card is. And we want to know if we should concentrate on the old or the new. Well, on to the question at hand. Should we concentrate on the future or the past? And what is the connection that we need to have and concentrate on the most? First and foremost, I am so sorry for your breakup, but I think that it was meant to happen. At least if it's for now, it's meant to be for now. Hello, Crypto. Welcome back.
Wait a minute. Did I just get knocked out?
The part of what you had to learn through her is the resilience of it, of how to be faced with those boundaries, those things that you hadn't had tested before. She tested a lot of the boundaries that you have joined for yourself right now. And what she was all about was to help you understand those boundaries. She has given you an idea, a view of the world. She's giving you this kind of a view of the world. She says, you can keep viewing your world like this in this little box that you've been putting yourself in and only hoping for that one result, or you can break that image apart and you can really see the true reflection of the people who are in front of you. And that leads me to believe that it's time to let go of your ex and focus on the future. Because as you see past the image of the one thing you've been concentrating on the most, which was the girl in the past, that was there as the lesson. She is not the answer, she is the lesson. The answer is what you are finding out now and how you are building it now and saying to yourself, I am worth more than this. I am worth more than what I was treated as. I'm better than that. I deserve a better version of whatever I was getting in my life, you know? Now I have to create the thing I am looking for in my life first, though. That missing piece that doesn't have to do with a relationship, the one that's inside of me that I've been trying to fill with a relationship. No, now it's time to start to work on the thing that will fill that hole. So when you go to get a relationship, you are sharing your journey, not trying to fill yourself up with that journey. Do you get that a little bit? So it's important for you to understand that this may be a time for you to do neither. Neither concentrate on those future people you may meet or on the past. Maybe it's time to tend back to the one person you need to fall back in love with, yourself. To tend back to yourself again, to show yourself that you are worthy of more and better. To give to yourself the reason you're going through all of what you're going through right now is so that you return back to a place where you actually start to take care of yourself again and remind yourself that you are worthy of more than just what was given to you, and actually stand up and say, no, universe, you're going to give me exactly what I want. You know? But there's some self-tending first you have to do. So that's your reading for today there, Big Maple, on that question. And if you want to fill in any other gaps, you can at this point. I do have God cards too as well. We're going to go with the God cards as well. Physical, mental, and spiritual. Ready for the physical, mental, and spiritual. Big Maple, it is time for you to physically move past the sadness. Dance, laugh, be joyful, be happy. Show the world how much joy and laughter you have in you, my friend. And be like the sun in the sky that beams through any and all clouds in your way. You are the sun in this picture. You are not the clouds that define the sky below it. That is what's happening to the sky that you allow to happen to the sky. If you beam bright enough, you will physically move past this depressive moment in your life by taking that brave step forward by saying, today is the day I move away from it and into a happier day. Mentally, I will start to bask in the sunshine around other people who remind me to take that positivity in, that change in, that moment of understanding in, that sometimes I have to get back around my community and soak up the positivity of that community so that I can, without a doubt, know that I am now soaking in the sunshine. Whereas now the clouds are finally lifted, now I must soak that sunshine in. And last but not least, spiritually, it's time to take an easier path. Let's make a plan that's easy for you to follow, easy for you to do. One step at a time, you and me, we're going to do this. Start setting smaller goals and achieving those small goals to reach that giant goal in the end. Yeah, it'll take you a little bit longer to get there, but maybe you need the slow and steady approach to really get the lesson. That's your lesson today. Crypto to the reading room. 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 Alexa, read my message.
To send and receive messages.
Alexa, cancel. Alexa, what was my alert? Alexa, what's my alert?
One new notification from Amazon Shopping.
Oh.
I found a low price offer inspired by an item in your cart.
Alexa, cancel.
Canceling.
All right, I don't need to know that. All right, Crypto, I'm going to give you a 3-minute timer here. Actually, I'm going to give you to 11 o'clock. You have till 11 o'clock my time. If you're not here by 11, I'm getting the heck out of here for today.
You're on cam too?
Yeah. I'm because I'm slow, I play marbles. Give me your coffee cup.
Thank you.
That's done. Crypto girl to the reading room. Crypto girl to the reading room. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't hear. I didn't see you say that. All right, crypto girl, you now have 3 minutes. Alexa, 3-minute timer. Dead Chrome, you just gotta wait 3 minutes.
Starting now.
Good.
So Big Maple, go ahead and fill me in. He's gonna type, and then while we're waiting for the 3 minutes that we're here. All right, that's what I was waiting for, is you to be here, crypto. Alexa, cancel the timer.
3-minute timer cancelled.
All right, throw me your numbers in question, crypto. And Big Maple, go ahead and fill me in, or keep typing. I'll read it.
Ooh.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what I would do without my cannabis for a while. Oh. Okay, let me find out, crypto. Oh, okay. All right, Maple. I'm going to do crypto's reading here, but if you want to keep filling me in, go ahead. I have an ad starting in 1 minute and 56 seconds. So do you want me to wait till after the ad there, crypto, or do you want me to keep going now? All right, here are your 10 official shuffles. 1. Oh, come on, honey. Come on, honey. Come on, honey. Oh, no. Oh, well.
Yes.
All right. 1, 2, God card. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We got 2 God cards, crypto. And then we've got the 8th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And you want to know if there's money coming or not. Okay. All right, crypto. You want to know if there's money coming your way. All right, so here we go with your reading for today. So, crypto, there's definitely a blockage in the way of this happening for you. If you can break down the wall that keeps you from saving up the money you need, maybe there's some extra spending you've been doing or something that you've been giving yourself a little bit more than you need right now. Try to think about what you actually need in your life and destroy the walls that you don't need in your life to free up that capital for you, because it feels like you're being blocked right now from money. And just kind of like you don't have the right money sense or the right mind frame for it right now. So I would say break down those barriers that keep getting in your way of those things happening for you, so that you can use that water to feed the field that you are planting now. So maybe you were having some barriers and now you're moving past those barriers and planting the new fresh seeds into the ground and using this water that's melted to feed those seeds to get your journey first started. So whatever you're doing now is you're planting the right good seeds in your life to get what you want. So it's coming for you in the future. Yes, there is some money coming for you in the future. But you still need to embrace the idea that all good things come in a balance. Be masculine, feminine, positive, negative, whichever way you want to call it. It's time to remind yourself that you've embraced one side of the coin and that might be the negative for you. Maybe it's time that you got a little bit positive headed your way, because those magnets are getting closer and closer together as you start to embrace life again. And as you embrace life again, now is the time for you to break down those barriers and those sharp claws that you got out there. Because right now, don't be as defensive as you are, because maybe the thing that's trying to help you feels like a hurt, but it's actually tough love you need right now. So remind yourself that there's a little bit of tough love out there for you. But I believe if you are committed to staying on track, this money will come to you, but it's going to take a little bit longer than you thought it was going to take. Especially because of your own because you're so afraid that this isn't going to happen, that some unintentional energy is blocking you from it. So that's that, and then let's see what the gods have to say to you. They want you to come on. They want you to celebrate your life with 4 people who can help you celebrate to start that cauldron of change. That's what's underneath here, is the cauldron of change. You have to light it, fill it, and make sure that you are celebrating your life again and allowing the brilliant, beautiful light to fill your cauldron with the light you need. So remind yourself that this light that you are focusing on underneath this little dark spot of a cauldron, it's time. It's time for you to finally celebrate and be happy. And that's what they need you to understand. That all this other stuff doesn't matter right now. I think we are down to the last and final reading of today. Okay, Dead Chrome, you're next. Dead Chrome, I accidentally cleared the queue, but you are next, Dead Chrome. And I'm closing the queue down. Sorry about that, Dead Chrome. Dead Chrome to the reading room. Dead Chrome to the reading room. Your turn, my friend. You're my last reader for today. Then I might talk about this experience that Big Maple had too. I wanted to give him something on that. Big Maple, if you're still here after this reading, I got something for you. Good. Good, Stephanie. I'm glad. That must feel a lot lighter. We got Dad, you know the numbers are not. I'm not shuffling 32 times or 16 chimes. 1 through 10, buddy. And then 32 or 16, yeah, whatever one you want. Sure, Stephanie, I'll let you have a reading. Dad Chrome's first, though. Go ahead, get in here. You know what to do, Stephanie. 4, 3, 2. Okay, you're in here. All right, now. Let's get to it. All right. Dad Chrome, one more time, please. 16 times? Really? Jesus Christ. All right, I'll shuffle 16 times. Fuck, I don't know what else to do. Special only for this guy. Here we go with your 16 shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and last but not least 16. Now 30, what was it, 32 or what was it, 30? 32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 31, and 32. Okay, here is your reading there, Dead Chrome. I'm going to give you a general since I didn't see what you want, saying what you wanted. So I'm giving you a general. All right. So, and you got 2 God cards today, Dead Chrome. So, it's time to stop overthinking, Dead Chrome. Enough is enough. We've been on this hamster wheel long enough. We've been on this cycle long enough. It's time for the cycle to goddamn end already. To let this part of our life finally die and be at peace. We don't need it anymore. We don't need this shit anymore. And it's time to stop thinking about putting it to rest and put it to rest now. Stop contemplating what is the thing that you need to let go of and just let go of it all. Let it all transform and let death do its job. Let it take it to that darkness where it can be reborn and rejuvenized so that you can live life again. Because you're in the renewal part. You're in the rebirth part. And with rebirth comes a labor process. You have to go through the labor process in order to be reborn. And that's what you're preparing for now. Building up the ingredients or the potential of what you know you are capable of. And realizing you know what you're capable of. And applying those things that you've just learned to your life. Now that we can make them a part of our lives. So now it's time to take that potential we have always wanted and rebirth that into being. So that we can start to look at the life in a whole new different way. We stood in the darkness long enough, and the darkness has been about the dirt of rest, to collect all the nutrients that are in the dirt. So we spent some time in the darkness when things weren't working out the way they wanted to. But honestly, if you think back to it, you were gathering a lot more good information because you learned something so valuable in that moment that you stopped doing those things to yourself. Now you learned how to turn that mirror around instead of looking into the darkness, which you know is if you're looking into a mirror, what do you see behind you? The exact opposite of what is behind you. So if you see a blackness in front of you, then the blackness is behind you, the light is in front of you. So all you have to do is either turn the mirror around or smash the mirror or let the mirror go. And now you can start to move forward again. Now, Dad Chrome, your God cards are this. Take the ingredients that you have had in your life, mold them into the shape you want them to be, and make this the new foundation of your life. If you truly want change, if you truly want to make this something that sticks, that stays a part of who you are, then you have to use those two hands that God gave you and mold your life into what you see in your head. That way you can pour that idea into being. And that's what's coming for you there, Dad. All right, Stephanie, the witch to the reading room. Stephanie, the witch to the reading room. Last and final reading. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. Alexa, 3-minute timer.
3 minutes. Starting now.
I ain't not even waiting. You got 3. Oh, Big Maple, the thing I wanted to tell you since I got some time here is that your guides are purposely doing that to you. They're purposely giving that information to you because it's a past life that you're overcoming, that past life karma. Well, guess what you just did? You overcome a past life karma event. So now you've overcome that past karma. Things are going to start being a little bit easier and smoother. So that's why that happened, is because it was a past lifetime ago and the karma caught up with you in this lifetime. Now you've paid the debt off. You're completely clean now. And now you start to gather as long as you just keep doing positive things in your life, well, guess what? That positive bank has been building up and waiting for you to become even so that you can start to spend that positive balance. Now it's going to start to positively balance you out. So as long as you're ready to receive those things, then you'll be okay. Stephanie the Witch. I believe, yeah, that will be the last. I believe that you're meant to see the last of her. Because she's the lesson. And if you really think about it, she's what you needed to go through to understand what you really want and love now. You have to do some healing first, but when you're ready to go back out there, now you know what you actually are looking for in a partner. And she showed you the biggest example of what it was not to have the kind of relationship you don't want. So now you're going to go find the thing that you do want. It's going to take a time for you to heal, but when you're done with it, get ready for the best loving relationship you've ever had in your life. Because you said, I deserve it. I deserve this kind of love. That's all it takes. Stephanie the Witch, you have 40 seconds. Stephanie the Witch, you now have 40 seconds. Stephanie the Witch, are you there? Hello? You said you wanted a reading. Hello? Testing 1, 2, 3. Going once. Going twice. Going, 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 gone. Alexa, cancel timer. Well, guys, I think it's time to go find someone to raid. All right. So anyway, so that's what I wanted to let you know there, Big Maple. It wasn't anything huge, but it was something I thought your guides definitely wanted you to know. You know, we're gonna go find someone to raid to. As much as I want to raid to my favorite political person, I think we're gonna go find somebody else to give the love to today. Tarot Mama. We're going to Tarot Mama. I've been trying to get a reading from Tarot for a while here. Where this is where we're gonna go, guys. So go give her a like and a follow and a hi, how are you doing here? If you guys are ready to rock and roll, here's raid message number 1. Here's raid message number 2. We're ready to get out of here, guys. That's where we're going there. Raid's coming up, ready to rock and roll. Sorry. Stephanie. I just saw your message, but I gave you the full 3 minutes. I even gave you extra time. I'm sorry. You were supposed to be here. Come back tomorrow. I love you though, Stephanie. I really do appreciate you. If you want a private reading, maybe we can go onto the Discord or stuff, but I want to get off of the Twitch here. Let me know if that's something you want via the Discord or something like that. I'm not charging you for it. I'm just, kind of saying that's up to you. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here and we're going to raid to Tarot Mama. Please travel along with me if you want to. That's up to you guys. Just give her 5 minutes of your time. That's all I'm asking before you do it. We're out of here. See you guys.